Right, this is how many video is this, Tyler? Third, maybe the 23rd. This is another in our series of videos where we are trying to make our lovely Discovery 4, Q Discovery 4, show them the lovely Discovery 4, Tyler. We are trying to make it a modern infotainment hub, aren't we, Tyler? Yeah. We're trying to be all techno. We are trying to install Apple Carplay, Android Auto, so we can use Google Maps. Now, we have tried the small navigation system. I'll put a picture of it on the screen now, and that was pretty good. It fitted nice. The screen quality was brilliant, wasn't it? But it had the ability to go back to the original screen, but you couldn't use the touchscreen, so we lost some key features like 4x4 info, setting the clock, and we've done some videos on that. Right, what have we got in the box? This is the second, so we bought 2 units. Now, this unit is the larger screen one, so we're going to have a look at this. We're going to unbox it, and we are going to install it in this video. So that looks like we're going to have to swap the clips over there, Tyler. You know, the clips on that. I'm just thinking as we go here. So that's clearly, now this has supposedly got a larger screen. Oh my giddy aunt, larger by crikey. Look at that, Tyler. Whoosh, whoosh. Oh, it's got a plastic film on it. It's huge, and that must go, and it's got a little, look, it must have a little Wi-Fi-ness or GPS-ness or something there, look. It's got a little antenna there. So what have we got there? It's got some mounting points here, look. It looks like they've got their own little clips they've devised there, Tyler. They look quite good, don't they? So that's obviously going to screw in where the top panel goes, and it is for a Land Rover Discovery 4. Touch point upward. So maybe, do you think we've got to connect the old infotainment system into there? Who knows?
Seems like it.
Seems like we ain't got a clue what we're doing. Right, we've got a screen. Right, and we got that. Oh, and we got this looks like the key. Oh my. Right, so we have got, we're getting good at this, Ty, don't we? That's the active antenna, so that's the GPS, there we go. So that's the GPS antenna. It's a shame they don't utilise the vehicle's GPS antenna, but as long as you put it in the window, that's all right. So we've got a GPS antenna. We've got a cable. There you go. What's your Chinese like, Tyler? Great. Not great. So it looks like we've got some camera control, some accessories. There's some sort of wiring lead there. Now the other one had this. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. So again, so this has got this sort of what we call an interposer loom. So this goes, you unplug something and it sends all the signals through, but it taps in. So this normally goes into the main radio unit, and it taps in and takes off what it wants out of there. So it looks like it's gonna, and some of these leads will probably be the CAN bus leads, won't it? So right. So there we go. Right, and then we've got, oh God, right, and then we've got some USB input lead. Now, this is key, wasn't it, Tyler? Aux. So this has got to go to the back of the car, so it uses the original car amplifier, but you've got to plug it in via the aux that's behind the driver's seat. So that's interesting. This is the additional speaker that it uses to give you the sat-nav messages and stuff. Right, now this is going to be the, oh, don't lose that little baby, look. He looks, right then. So this looks like it's a mechanical panel. It looks like it's going to go where the screen goes, doesn't it, Tyler?
Yeah.
And then, oh, we got some instructions on here. Because if you're going to retain the original system, it needs to retain the back half of the original screen. So I think what we're going to have to do here, oh my goodness, might have to get some help here, Tyler. I guess that's going to go on the back of the original screen. Yeah, probably that way. And I think we're going to have to get some connectors here. But what have I got? Right, we'll work this out. Right, we've half worked it out. So we've got these 2 white plugs on here, and the bigger one takes that. So that's our audio in and USBs and stuff. We're happy with that. This smaller one here is a little confusing because we've got 2 plugs that will fit in there. This one and this one. Now, I'm guessing here, but I think you use one or other of these. So I think they've provided that maybe if you don't have the radio unit, or maybe some of those base Land Rover Discovery 3s just had a a blank screen or something there. So maybe you can use that one, and you have to find your own power sources for that. Not sure. But this one here, I think we're going to put in there. What other connections did we find on here, Tyler? There was, this one here, and we've worked out that this big cable off here, which we're going to put onto we're going to remove the front screen off the original head unit, and then I think we're going to have, and this little ribbon cable looks like he'll fit in the top there. So I think these are going to attach to the original head unit, and then they are going to provide its information up into there. Right. So let's be clear. So there are 2 units used on the Land Rover Discovery 4. The early type is the Denso type, which I've got, and then the later type is the Bosch type. I'll put the picture of the units on the screen. They've got quite different menus, so you'll know which one you've got by looking at your menu. Now, some people have asked me over the course of these videos, can we fit the Bosch one? Can we just unplug it and fit it in? We will have a look. So I've bought a Bosch unit, but the answer is no. The connections here are all completely different, and we will have a look at that. Remind me later, Tyler. So that's why we've got the Bosch one sitting there. Right, let's go and rip the car apart. Right, we'll try and do this relatively quickly. We've done it all before, so you've seen it. Right, let's take this bit off here. There we go. That just pops upwards like that. Put that there. We've coloured all the screws in yellow. Torx T, what are they, T25? Oh, Torx T20. All fail. There you go, Torx T20. Look at that. We should know what we're doing, Tyler. All right, so we got 2 off there. Now, did we ever decide what the best way of pulling this panel off was? It's sort of, you know, there you go. Yeah, pull that whole panel off, and there's some connectors on the back. Ignore my CAN bus. We've got one here, and that just pulls out the back of the clock. And then we've got one over here. There's a little bit you've got to push in at the side. You won't have all mine. This is where I'm trying to hack the CAN bus. Right, so that's the fascia off. You've got these spring clips here. Extractamundo. Right, okay, now I think I'm going to get these side panels off now. Yeah. So they separate here, but there's a little bit that lugs down in there. So you just have to give it a bit of a fierce tug. And there you go. There you go. And it comes up like this. Right, Tyler's getting all carried away there. There's a connector on the back of the stop-start. We can pull that out. And then that should, you have to wiggle it though. Sometimes you've got to move your steering wheel. Come on, come on. There's that air vent bit. There you go. Here you get it, and you think, how did I make that seem difficult? Right, there we go. Throw those in the back, Tyler. Poor Bosch.
They've got destroyed.
And now you, right, you got, yeah, look, we're looking wrecked already. Right, so let's take off some of these front bits now. There's loads of them. So everything yellow you've got to take out, but all the screws are the same. So you can just throw them all in your center console. But there are a couple of hidden ones. So there's a lot that are obvious, but it's 2 little monkeys.
Show the hidden ones.
No, we won't show them hidden ones, Tom. We'll keep that as a secret. That's our trade know-how, that is. No, of course. Yeah. Right then. Right. The ashtray. God, they're a thing of the past, aren't they, really, Tyler?
Coin tray.
Coin tray, yes. Right, there's 2 under here. I'm too old for this, Tyler. Right, here we go. There's 2 hidden right under here. In your own time, Tyler. In your own time. Everyone's waiting and watching. He is under there. Try not to drop him. Can we extract him? Oh, you need fingers of a... What's a long-fingered creature, Tyler? Oh, no. What's that? Right, so there we go. Right, so we're going to take all that out, and you'll join us again in a minute. Right, we're ready to remove this now. This front panel. He sort of he wiggles off that.
The bottom does got to go at the back.
Because it's got to separate from that. That's it. You've got to fight it off.
Hooks here.
We'll have a look. Right, and there's a little button you've got to press on the bottom of this connector. We'll have a look when I got it off. There's a little bit there. You've got to just press him in. Standard stuff. And that releases all that controller, right? Because I'm not sure what this screen is going to replace, Tyler. Because it's going to come down longer, isn't it? So what's it going to do with all the navigation?
I don't know how it's going to fit. We've
got no idea what we're doing here. Anyway, we're just flying blind. Right, so that's that out. Chucking it up there. And then Let's get the screen out now, shall we? Right, yeah, and you got the screw up there, Tyler. Yeah, you got the one up under the top. Then we're going to have to physically see where the screen fits in order to deduce what else needs to come out. There might be some instructions somewhere. We'll have a look. So these are sourced from China, these two screens. So I reckon there might be something on.
We've got to get the OE screen out now.
Yeah, let's get the OE screen out because we know that definitely. Right, so what have we got coming out? So we've got, remember where that's your clock wire comes through there, your other one's there. Your screen wriggles out here. Now he's got quite a few connections on the back of him, hasn't he? We've got to reposition ourselves, haven't we? So we have got this white connector here. That one's got a little press underneath. This one here, which is the most bus, the fibre optic, has got a little pushy bit on the side there. So that's different in that it's got it on the side. Boop, boop. Right, this grey one, little pressy bit underneath. Take that out, and then we've got an antenna here. Ugh. How's he going to come off, Tyler? No, you've got to take the whole black mount out. So I think there's a little thing you've got to press on the side of the black bit there. He's a bit fiddly. I'm going to break my fingernail doing this one. I think in the end, didn't I have to use like a screwdriver just to poke it? There you go. Alright, so that is the screen out, and we'll go and look at now. We'll go and look at compare this to the Bosch one. This is the Denso one, and we'll also, Tyler and I will put this in here and try and work out what else we've possibly got to take out. Right, so we're just doing a trial fit just to work this out. Right, so that goes up onto those two rear mount points up there. You made this look easy, Tyler. There you go. That sits in there, and basically you have to lose this. So this is the clock, the mode, the audio on off, and the clock. That is gone apparently, and they give us a new blank that sits in over here. So that is going to go there, and we still retain all this stuff under here. So it's all going to go together as a bit of a maze. Something like that. So that's where we're heading. Right, let's get back on the bench and see how we connect those ribbon cables up. Right, we've pieced it together a little more. So it looks like what we've got to do is take this screen and plastic shroud off the original unit. Then what we're going to do is, you see these brackets here are going to line up with those brackets here. And this panel is going to go, it's going to replace the exposed electronics on the front, which is quite good actually, because the other one left them a bit exposed, didn't it, Tyler? Yeah. It left that front bit a bit exposed. So this, and then this cable here, so this will replicate the mounts at the bottom here when that goes on there with the screen removed. And then what we've got to do then is plug this connector in there, and then that's going to sit in close proximity. So when it's all up together, it will sit closely behind this other one here. Like that. Okay, right, so that's roughly what we're going to do. One thing I did say I'd show you is, so this is a Denso screen and this is a Bosch screen. Now the mounting points, yeah, you see those top mounting points, have I got they the top ones? Yeah, so they mount in the same sort of place. The mounting points are the same, but if I spin them round, you will see the rears are quite different. Oh, I'm trying to get this in a way I can hold them up. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. You see here you've got lots of these FACRA type connectors, and you've only got one on here. This black connector may be the same, but you haven't even got this grey connector's different. And you haven't got the most bus. So where's the most bus on our one? You've got this most bus here, the optical. Oh, you've got the most bus, sorry. So you've got two. So you can see that you're not going to be able to direct swap them. There's some bits of similarity, but there's a whole host of stuff that is not present on there. So yeah, just swapping those units isn't going to work. Right, let's crack on with the install Tyler. Right, so what have we got to do now? We have got to strip this screen off. So here we go. You got me some tools here. Yeah. So the first thing we've got to do is there's just these little plastic bits here that we've got to just get underneath here and get those little tabs off.
Quite tricky.
It is quite tricky. We had trickery before, didn't we? Was that one? There we go. I don't know if a glass table's the best thing to do this on. There we go. That's off there. And we've got some little clips under here, hasn't it? It's got these black plastic clips here that they wanna do, Tom. I don't remember those giving me a problem before. Ah, there we go. Come on. Okay, so that's that removed. And obviously we need to lose this screen. We don't want this screen on. So I've got some little, these ones I've coloured in yellow. Now I coloured these yellow because I think these were a different size screw
To the orange ones.
to the orange ones. So there you go. These are the little yellow ones that hold the screen on. And I think there's a load of orange ones we've got to take apart in a minute. So, we've just been watching a video, and we'll put the link of the guy who's fitted this unit in Canada on the Bosch system. And he doesn't get this plate. So, there's a similar looking kit, but you have to order a different one from the supplier, it looks like. And the Bosch kit, someone's luckily done the video, so I'll put the link for the Bosch video build up, screen swap, in there in the description below. But we couldn't find one for the Denso one, could we, Tyler?
No.
That's the second layer off, and then we've got that comes up. Right, now obviously we've got to connect something onto the inside of here, so I can see it looks like that big long one is going to go on here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That looks the same length, so let's take that one off. So you've got to lift this brown, get that out of the way. I'm going to try and do it with my fingers. Let me try and pop that more in a...
You lift the brown, you lift the bar, don't you?
Lift the bar, the brown bar, right?
There's the silver bit.
Oh, you're right, Tyler. I only did it a couple. That's it. Look, yeah. So that's all right. So you lift the silver bit, and then you push it round, and it ejects it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well done. Okay.
Just gotta be careful with these.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, he doesn't want to come. Oh, there you go. I just give him a little push in and out again, and he's come. Now, this one here, I think we need to put this cable, the wide side of that cable in. So this one needs to come out as well. So I'll do it right. I'll look like I know what I'm doing this time, Tyler. Yeah. Push that out. Don't want to crease the cables. Right. So that is the screen. We have no use for that anymore. And it looks like what we've got is this little... You should have some sort of gloves or something on there. Right, okay, so we've got the gold-plated fingers on one side. We've got just the backing on the other. So the gold-plated fingers are going to go... So I'm guessing the gold-plated fingers... I don't know which way to do this first. So the gold-plated fingers always go... I'm going to say down. Yeah, because the thing...
Take this off though, aren't we? If we're replacing it.
You're right, because this needs to connect to that, doesn't it? Right, let's have a think. Right, so we now have to remove this. It says remove this panel. Look, I've written this on last time.
We always don't say that.
And what's going to happen, we can see now, is that this plate is going to go, get it the right way around, it's going to go on here. So, it looks like these screws, it's got to be that way around, hasn't it? It looks like these screws should line up with that. I'm not sure, is it right? Well, that should be right, or is it going to go... Oh, it's going to go that way. There you go. Look, that looks better. Look, it's going to line up with that. So let's get these screws off. Wow, that's the screws all over the floor. Right then. Classic. Right, and then we've got these 6 screws in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, now these panels have been off on mine, so they will be. I've got to put some little arrows here. Look, so you've got to in that way. Right, there we go. So we've got that off. All right, back to the. So we have got to get this panel somehow on here, haven't we? And it's going to go that way. So that long one looks like he's in just the right place. He's got to turn round here. He's got to go up and in there. Is he gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna work all right. No, he's gonna work all right. And this one is not the right size to go in there. So we're gonna have to undo this one. Do you reckon? And do you reckon this one is gonna go in there, Tyler? Yes. Right. So let me get this right again. So we've got to lift up the metal bar, alright, and then push it a little bit. That's it. See, that goes forward. Right, and then notice the gold fingers are down. So the new one, the gold fingers have to go down. Yeah, gold fingers.
Quite a weird factor thin.
Yeah, it's just, or they just picked. Go on, let's have a look, Tyler. Now look, they've only used some of the tracks. Look, half the tracks. Can you see that focused? Half the tracks are just dead ended by the looks of it. It's only the few they need. So there we go.
I wonder what we've lost.
Right, you got to get it in there. Right, and then flip that down and give it a pull. Always check. He doesn't quite look straight. I'm not quite happy with him. That's better. That's better. Look, I always do that, don't I? So the see how the stiffener on the back is now completely almost inside the thing.
Yeah.
Right. We're rocking, Tyler. What the right, so that's got to go on here. So I reckon if I put it this way, right, I reckon they've got this lined up for me. Let's release. They've used the same connectors as well. Yeah. Right, there we go. That's all in fully. Clamp him down. Do you know, I'm always amazed when these things work after we've done any of this. Now this one must have a similar action, but I haven't got a bar. But there you go. See how that pops out? That front bit pops out. I used to make these circuit boards for a living time. When I was young.
You should know what you're doing then.
Should do. Yeah, maybe. Right. That's not too bad, is it? I'd say that's easier than the other one.
Is it the right way?
Of course it's the right way. Right, the holes line up. Yep.
Yeah. Need some yellow screws.
Alright, let me screw those 4 screws back on then. Right, we've had to dislodge this because when we're going to put this panel on, this bit was fighting it. So we've sort of reformed that slightly. I'm going to have to push that down. I'm going to have to get it on this bottom edge. Line that bottom edge. It doesn't quite meet, but that's fine. It covers all the. We've got the hole exposed there. So other than having to deformat cable slightly, we're not looking too bad. Right, so I'll get these screws back in here. Right, so there we go. That is the assembly all reassembled. We have got this panel cover on, we have got this, and most important thing is we have got this coming out, which is going to go into our big fat screen. So we're going to grab this, the screen, the GPS antenna, the wiring and all that, and we'll join you again in the car. So our next thing is we've got to take the power. This sort of falls out now. We don't need to take it out a lot, just enough to get this plug out the back. Which one was it? It's this big plug with everything going to it in it, Tyler. Oh, right. Now, the wizardry is here. We're gonna plug that one into there, and then we should be able to get so that's everything. And this will be blissfully unaware that it's been having all its signals listened to. It gets a bit of a squeeze around here, doesn't it?
Get quite a few wires.
Right, he hasn't clicked yet. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Make sure you get a good clickage there. Right. And then we've got to tuck that one to make sure we haven't lost any other wires. Go on up my. Right, what do you reckon? What do you reckon is next? I reckon the screen probably this bit back on there, because it's got to be, isn't it? Yeah, not the screen. The what's that? The heating fascia control. There was just one plug on that. Right, that's it. And this is the bit that's tricky to get in, because there's that little something that goes in that little groove there, isn't there? And it's a bit of a. You've got to make sure you get this bit right. That's it. There you go. Oh, we've set the hazards off. That's just checking they work, Tyler. It's not me being clumsy at all. Right. Right, let me reconnect all of these in the sort of reverse order we did it in. Ish. I think we're going to come around the side with that. There. Yeah, that's got plenty of room, hasn't it? Right. We've got a clock wire there that we may or may not need. Right, okay. Whew, so let's take a break. Right, so we've plugged this in and we've had a couple of goes at doing this. I don't want to take 6 now. It's quite tight getting this bit. The little antennas here stick out a little bit, so you've got to lift that. You'll see, we'll lift this up a bit, slide that under. Make sure you get this cable out over the side here. Don't get it over this bit. Now, the problem we've been playing with for quite a while is these pins. Now, these pins, we've taken the plastic clips off, and these pins are actually too wide, sort of on this face and this face, and we've had to file them down like this to get them to go through the 2 holes, which are here and here. It just wasn't sitting flat. So what we're going to do is we've got rid of the plastic clips here. We couldn't get them to work in any way, shape or form, and you'll see we'll cable tie it in. So before we do anything now, we've got to get the antennas in at the top. So we've got the 2 white connectors. Before you put the GPS antenna in, we are just going to rest it, but you really want to thread it from, it wants to be in the windscreen. We took the end panel off the side there, and we came in through under the glove box, and then in through up here. But obviously it's easier to thread this bit than it is the big end, but we are just resting it here for now. Right, let's get that one on tight. Right, have you got the other one there ready, Tyler, for me? Where's the next? Let's get that. Right, so the next one, this one's got the USBs and the audio. Now, we're not sure whether this audio needs to be plugged into the rear console, are we, Tyler? We're not sure. We think we probably do. Now, we did see another video where someone's done this on a Bosch, and they had a audio auxiliary input in the back of their upper glove box there. We don't have that. Ours is at the back of the center console. Right, so we are going to put that in here. Let me put that. I don't want to strain that one connector we've got in here. There we go. Nice click. Boom. Right, and then we've got the other one, which is on the end of our parasitic takeoff loom. That goes in the top on this side. There we go. Yeah, we've got a click there. Check that. Now, point to note is this connector here is for the speaker, the little mini external speaker. So now we've got to get it right. So again, make sure you've got this cable here out the way. You want to get as much of that outside as possible. I'm going to tuck that down, and then with the help of young Tyler, we are going to tuck that up. That's it. That's it. That's it. Right, we're in now. Right, and then what we've got is we've got a couple of cable ties. So this is our alternative fixing method. Check we've got, yeah?
Yeah.
And we've got this cable loop out, get as much of this out the way as you can. And then our alternative method of fixing is to go through here, pick it up at the, oh I got an angle, oh I got him. We'll tidy that up in a minute. We'll get this second one on, and we're getting close. It's almost the stage where I think we ought to be considering powering it up, Tyler, before we put it all back together totally for good. What do you think?
Oh, that's scary, yeah.
Right, let's try and power it up. We've just plugged the start button in. There we go, something's going on. We got, oh, we got sound. We got a picture of a Land Rover. And we got no volume. I've got volume on here now, haven't I? Where's my volume gone?
He's thinking about it.
He is thinking about it. It's Android. It's a bit of a slow boot up. Again, we did discuss with the other one. I don't think there's one of these wires, I'm pretty sure, comes live when you open the doors. So there we go. We've got a screen. We've got the London Eye. Look at that. There we go. Ooh. We've got the door. Has it got the right number of doors? It reflects the number of doors. So it's obviously it's decoded the CAN bus. So there we go. It tells us what doors we've got open. Let's have a right. I think based on that, now let's not too much into the use of it. Let's keep going, putting it back together. But the point I'm trying to make is, as you're installing it, it's probably worth stopping there just to check you've got the basic functionality before you start putting more together. Right, so we've screwed it all in now. We've screwed all the screws in, those tricky two underneath, put the ashtray back in. We've swapped the clips over from the back of the display, these metal clips here, and put them on this new panel. The ones that came off the back of here, boom, boom, so they're ready. We don't need some of these top bits. We don't need that top bit now. Right, we don't need that. Right, we've got our starter wire. We've plugged our little speaker in. We've just put that here for now. So we've got the GPS, we've got the speaker, we've got the aux cables, we've got the USB. We've just run them out the side here now. So now it's time to put these side panels on. This trim could have done with being black, couldn't it, Tyler? This border here.
Yeah, there's clips of those holes.
Yeah. Those clips need a bit of work. That's a bit. But there we go, that's the install, that's what it looks like. Right, let's give you a quick, we've had a little play with it, but if we turn it on, there you go, it takes a while to boot up as you saw earlier. So we'll just do super quick display here. Oh, we didn't, that's the original screen you see coming up here. It's a bit yellow for some reason. It does show whether your doors are open or not.
Your door's open, but mine is.
Oh, because it's left-hand drive and right-hand drive. It's saying, yeah, if I open, so they've got the passenger and driver the wrong way round. On left and right-hand drive cars, it's different. Right. So you've got various things on here. You've got your nav. We haven't connected the phone. You've got your navigation, your music. The console takes you to the original screen display. Okay, so here we go. Where to go? Oh, come on, console. And the panel that we've removed from here, it replaces with this panel here. So we've got the nav, and we can go to nav, and it controls the original screen. So you're thinking, flipping brilliant. On, off, okay. And then if we go mode, but there's no way the touch screen doesn't work. So we're in the same position as we are with the other Android unit, is we can see the stuff, but we can't get 4x4 navigation. The mode button here works, but I can't then, at least on the other unit, I could cycle through and get down, but I can't, the down button's not working. And we need to go to auxiliary, which you would think would be no problem, because we can go mode, but we can't select. It's tantalizingly there, aux, oh no. Yeah, and I can press aux, but I can't get to it. That's what it looks like installed. You've got a bigger screen. The OE screen looks a bit yellow. I don't know if that's a fault with our install. Maybe we've done it wrong. We'll contact the manufacturer, although they're on holiday at the moment, and we'll see what input they can give us, whether we've gone wrong somewhere. Right, we've got it going. We've got some sound out, and the touchscreen sort of works. I'll show you. There you go. That did something. No, but it's sort of out of... It's not in coordination with... So if I want to put auto store, I have to press down over here, but and then it sort of doesn't work. Oh, there you go, it does it, and then it, and obviously I can go back to the sort of audio video here. These buttons work really well. These are completely calibrated, but if I go here and try to, there you go, oh, did that get something? Yeah, so it's weird, none of those work, so it's, yeah, they've sort of half done the touchscreen. It's a bit yellow. I'm not sure if that indicates we've got a connection problem with the ribbon cables, and it's a bit weird. All this works and this half works. Nothing over this side seems to work, but as you come over here, something works. So, don't know. So that's where I'll leave it for now. It's a bit of a mystery. I'll work with the supplier, see if we can get any update on this.